Alright, Flowzone has recently released their 3rd generation of sprayers, and I've got 2 models here that I'm excited to show you. Want to talk about what's new, what's different, what's improved, and I want to go over the difference between the Cyclone and the Typhoon. I get a lot of questions about that, want to address that today. Stick around, here we go. Alright, so these sprayers do look very familiar. They definitely look like Flowzone sprayers. They do have a slightly updated design as far as the actual tank goes. You still got your battery compartment in the front. You still have your 5-speed dial on the side. Still have those awesome, comfortable, thick pillow-like comfort straps shipping with them. You still have the pistol style grip on the nozzle with quick connects both at the nozzle and at the tip. Flowzone's also including their own T-Jet style quick connect tips with the sprayers. You get 3 different tips with the sprayers. You get a 45-degree fine mist spray tip like this, which has its own nice little 45-degree elbow on it. You get a cone nozzle that's brass and that's really nicely adjustable. It has a really nice mist out of it. And then you get the 0-degree pinpoint nozzle as well. So all those ready to go, plug and play, quick connect, quick disconnect, easy peasy. Now as far as what's different, Flowzone's made a couple of minor improvements here. First things first, the hose to the tank is actually detachable. You can unscrew it, makes it much easier for storage. They've also sealed the inner electronics, so we're a lot more safer against any kind of water damage to the electronics. They've added some extra indicator marks on the side so that you know exactly how much product or water or whatever you're putting in here is in there. And then they've updated the way that the holsters go on the side here. They're all wedge locked, so you get a nice tighter fit, feels a lot more secure, and overall just better. So they're fine-tuning the details on these with every generation that they have here. I've had the 2 and the 2.5 and now the 3, and I can't tell you how much I love using these. I've been using these for my business and they're just my go-to sprayer, so can't recommend them enough. They do a fantastic job and they're super comfortable. These straps, best backpack sprayer straps I've ever tried. Now when it comes to differences between the 2 models here, between the Cyclone and the Typhoon, there's just a couple of things. The Typhoon is much more powerful. It's probably the more professional grade model. With the Cyclone you're going to get up to 60 psi on your spray output, whereas with the Typhoon you're going to get up to 115 psi, and consequently that's going to use a little bit more power. And with the Typhoon, you're getting a bigger battery. You're getting just over a 5 amp hour battery, whereas with the Cyclone, you're getting a smaller 2.5 amp hour battery. And they come with their own different chargers too, to support those battery sizes. So something to keep in mind there. If you're just a regular average Joe homeowner, you're not doing anything too crazy, the Cyclone is the way to go for you. If you're a professional or you're needing higher spray outputs, if you're using different spray tips or adapters that require more volume, like the one that I used in a previous video, you're going to want higher output, more PSI, the better on that. So I definitely use that with the Typhoon and not the Cyclone. I like the Cyclone especially for spraying weeds. I just put it on a lower pressure setting on there. It's nice to have the dial so that you can get right where you need to be, and that's my go-to for weeds. And then I use the Typhoon for spraying fertilizers and biostimulants and everything else like that. Now as far as outputs and discharge and things like that, with the Cyclone you're going to expect about a half a gallon a minute, whereas with the Typhoon you're going to get just over 3/4 of a gallon per minute. And on battery life, keep in mind the Cyclone's running a 2.5 amp hour battery. The Typhoon's running just over a 5 amp hour battery. You can expect about 60 gallons of output from the Cyclone, and you can expect about 85 gallons of output on a single charge from the Typhoon. So kind of a little bit of a difference there, even on the battery sizes. The Typhoon is using higher pressure, and so it's going to have more draw from the battery, so something to keep in mind. So visually there's not a whole lot of difference here. It's pretty much the same looking sprayer. It's the same tank, you got the same dial, same straps, everything. The only difference that you're going to see on these is performance, and it's not so much performance that's the difference, it's what you're using them for. What's your use case? If you're just wanting to spray weeds, or if you're wanting to spray around the perimeter of your house for pests, the Cyclone is perfect for that. If your use case is more towards fertilizer applications, or you're treating trees and shrubs and you need higher output, more volume, then the Typhoon is the way to go. So something to keep in mind. Those are the differences there, the main differences. Both fantastic sprayers. I've brought the Cyclone into my business. I use it for my weed control, and then I do use the Typhoon on my smaller yards, my smaller accounts, for fertilizer applications, and it's great. I love that I can just switch between the two sprayers. It's exactly the same feel, same comfort level, and I'm good to go. So there you go, there's a quick breakdown of the new features that have come out with Flowzone's 3rd generation of sprayers, and a quick comparison between the Cyclone and the Typhoon. Really just depends on your use case and what you need it for. Pretty simple. I hope this is helpful for you. If you're looking for a backpack sprayer that's going to last a really long time, that's going to be reliable, dependable, durable, it's the way to go. If you have any questions, if I missed something, please feel free to let me know down in the comments section. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in more information or purchasing. You can find it down there below. Make sure, if you have any questions, meet me down in the comments section. Happy to have a conversation there with you. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Please consider subscribing. Would appreciate that. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.